Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana and my channel is LiviLou Studio. I am coming back again today to work on our next project for our Midnight Meadow Lapbook, which we have made the base and put the first set of pages in, the first set of flips in, and we're just working on things to decorate this with, these two flips in here. I wanted to kind of show you what I have today. So today in the kit, there are 4 of these pockets, and they're the kind of pockets that have the little tabs that all fold over. So there are 4 of them. So there are 2 kind of larger ones and 2 smaller ones, and they are actually going to fit. Let me open this up. They're actually going to fit really nicely. They actually fit perfectly on this flip right here. So this smallest flip that we have right here, there will be a pocket on each side with the tag. So there'll be one for here and one for the other side as well. So I wanted to show you today just the little pieces that they have and how I'm going to put them all together. So there's the 4 pockets, and then there are larger tags or journaling cards, whatever you want. I suppose you could make them into tags. I've just rounded all the corners and I haven't inked anything yet. And then there are these smaller tags or cards. So I'm using 2 cards in each pocket. And then on the larger tags, I have some things I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to add on this little kind of label at the top of this one. On the top of this one, I'm going to add this little swirl kind of decorative piece up here. On these 2, I've taken kind of the same thing we did in the last video a little bit. I've taken some of that kind of washi tape that they have in the kit that I printed onto vellum, a piece of fabric, which is the same fabric that I used to cover the cover with, the book with, a strip of paper just out of the kit, an extra piece that I had, and some of this lace here. And I've already glued it together, but I'm going to sew it. I'm actually going to sew it onto the tag. And then I have a butterfly here that's going to go on the top of that. And then same thing here. I have a piece of paper, some fabric, some of that washi tape, and a little bit of this black lace, and then a butterfly that's going to go on this one. And I might swap these butterflies. I haven't decided yet. I think I might. Yeah, maybe. And then down here on the bottom, so on this one, I have a oval label, a piece of that washi tape, and then a saying out of the kit. And I've cut this down a little bit. They're a little bit longer. I've cut it down and even cut it narrower, cut the tops and the bottom off of it to make it a little smaller. And I'm gonna sew that onto this pocket. This, I have a square tag with a piece of fabric and a number that's gonna go onto this one. On here, they have some, in the kit, some flowers that are just loose kind of, you know, fussy cut kind of flowers that I printed onto vellum and I just tore around them. So I'm gonna put that on here with this butterfly on this one. And then on this one, I have just kind of another little kind of cluster, just a piece of paper, the word, and one of the little washi tape strips. And I'm not sure how I'm going to put them together yet, but I'm going to put them on and then sew it on there. So I am going to go and ink and sew everything. I just wanted you to kind of see all the pieces and kind of how I'm putting them together. So this is probably going to be a shorter video because it's all that I have in my little envelope today. I just wanted you to kind of see all the different pieces that were in the kit and all the things that you could kind of do with it, and how you can make all of these kind of pockets either similar. I mean, you could obviously, there are tons of these kind of labels and tons of words. You could totally do this on all of them. You know, same thing here. Same thing. There's a ton of butterflies and a bunch of these. In fact, one of the projects I have coming up, I use all of these in that. This printed on vellum ones. And then this kind of little cluster idea, I use a lot. So I like this kind of little cluster idea of just taking, you know, 2 pieces of paper, a piece of fabric, and some lace, and just kind of layering them together and putting something on top of it. I'm going to put some of the thread that I have, that I'm just going to kind of wad up like I did in the last video with the little butterfly, under the little butterflies, to kind of give them a little more dimension and a little more depth, and maybe try to get those little antennae. This one, I think this is probably more of a moth. His were a little bit longer, and I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I haven't decided. But I just kind of wanted to show you how I'm doing this. And then I will come back after I have inked and sewn everything and just kind of show you the last, the finished project. So this will be a really short video. And then I think I'm going to sew the piece and put it inside the spine of the book too. So I'll show you how that ends up looking in there as well. So I will be back in just a few minutes. So welcome back. I'm sorry that it took me a little bit longer than normal. I had a fight with my sewing machine. It won for a little bit, and then I obviously won in the end after rethreading the whole thing. But as you can tell from the sun on my table, it is now much later in the day than it was when I started filming this video. So, but I am going to try to keep my hands out of the video as much as possible because it will cause lots of shadows. And I do not have a curtain or anything on that window to close it off. So that is the issue, but I'm just going to go with it, just finish the video, and then we will move on. So I just wanted to show you, I sewed around all of the pockets, and I just kind of sewed, like this one I just sewed across. This one I sewed around the pocket. This one I sewed, I put some thread under the butterfly, and then I sewed down the body of the butterfly, and this one I just sewed across the words. These 2 tags I didn't sew on the top at all. These I just sewed them across after putting thread underneath the 2 butterflies and just sewed all the way across. So these are done, and I will put these back in their little envelope until I am ready to use them. So they will just go back in their little envelope here, just to keep them stored nicely and together so I don't lose all the pieces, because I'm kind of notorious for that too. So, and then I did sew the spine that I am just going to glue into the middle of this book right here. So I am just going to glue that in right there. So there will be a nice spine in there, a nice picture in there to look at. So I will do that off camera because, you know, again, watching glue is not so exciting. So, and I have the book upside down, I just realized, so it will go this way. Woo! Glad I cut that. I would have glued it in upside down. I hope you like this video, and I know it was pretty short, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of some different things to do with pre-made tags and pockets and all the little bits and pieces that usually come into a kit with lots of ephemera and bits and bobs and all of that. So I have a couple of more projects that we will do, and then we will start putting it all in here. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. My name is Dana, and my channel is LiviLou Studio. We're back to work on another project for our Midnight Meadow project, Lapbook. And what I have here is out of the kit. So it's a couple of different things. It's a few different things actually. So we have a few projects we're going to do today. So I've kind of already got them all prepped basically. So I've inked all the edges. I've cut them all out, inked all the edges. So they have these circle pockets in the kit. And what I did was I already put the acetate inside of them. So these, I'm just going to glue the three sides of them. And then we will make we'll make some little tags to go inside here. So the first thing I wanted to say about the acetate is this is just acetate from a you know, like something that I bought, like a sticker pack or something like that came in as like a cellophane, not cellophane, I guess, but an acetate wrapper. You know, like let me see, I'm sure I have one in here, like something like this, where, you know, it's just a little acetate bag. So I have, you know, obviously a bunch of those from various different things that I've bought over the years. So I figured I would just use them because they're, you know, free junk, right? So, so I'm just going to glue the three sides of this. Let me see. Oh, my little pin does not want to come out of my glue. Did I glue it into my, there we go. I love it when you glue your pin inside your thing. And I'm just going to glue as close to the edges that I can. And now these little backing that came with this, you can cut them down to fit, but they literally go one way or the other. I mean, they're kind of like, they're not a perfect square. So I think I actually need to put it this way. And it's going to be a little bit bigger, I think, and not as tall, see? So, which is not bad because that'll help the thing fit inside there, but I just need to trim it. I'm just going to have to trim it just a smidge on that edge right there. So I'm just going to trim it with my scissors, trim that edge down there. Okay, and then I have, so I think I told you before that I printed out some of the flowers. There's a sheet of flowers that are colored, and there's a sheet that are black and white. And so I just cut these out. I printed them on vellum, and then I tore them out. So I am just gonna glue this on. Now I'm gonna try to glue down the stems, because it will show less, you know, if you kind of glue, if you're not gluing, you know, the whole thing, you know, just kind of here and there, but try to get it where the colored part is, because it doesn't show as much when you do that. So I'm just going to glue this onto this side of the little window there. And I'm okay with it sticking out a little bit. I'm okay with that. And then I have this number here that I'm just going to glue on. Sorry, I needed to check and see if I was actually recording, because I couldn't see the numbers. Sorry, I'm like not on screen. I couldn't see the numbers on my moving on my thing. So I'm just going to put the little number down there in the corner, make sure it's semi-straight. Okay, so we're just going to make all of these. So I have all of them. There's 2 little ones and there's 2 big ones. So I'm just going to go through and make all of these. Really quickly glue them. I hope everybody is having a great day. It is definitely fall here. We have definitely had our temperatures dropping and our leaves turning and all of that goodness. Okay, I wanted this one to go the other way, but I might have messed that up. Let's see. Because this plant kind of goes up. Glue it along here. Probably a better idea to glue this anyway. The plant goes up and the words, I want the words going the right way. And I want the plant going the right way in the window. There we go, that's better. So as I was saying, it's definitely fall here. It's beautiful and it is, leaves are changing. It's cooler. We have a beautiful breeze outside right now. I do have the window open because it is such a beautiful day and I want that breeze coming in. I love that breeze. So we're just gonna kind of curl that up around that window. And then I'm gonna put this little number. I think I'm gonna try to move it up a little bit. Put that little number down there in the corner. There are quite a few of these numbers in the kit. So they're kind of fun. And then the big ones, again, I think I'm going to glue on here instead of on the, because this is slightly smaller, I think, than the, let's see. Can't remember if this one goes this way or this way. I should have checked before I put the glue on, huh? That would have been really smart, Anna. Yeah, see, it's a little bit smaller than the actual piece. But that's okay. There we go. And this one we're going to put over here on this side. I actually really love this kit. I think it's a beautiful kit. And, you know, it's not just, you know, your sepia kind of colors. It's got a little bit of yellow in it, a little kind of mustard yellow in it. And this beautiful kind of orangey color along with all those sepia tones. So it does have a little bit of color in it. So it's not just super bland. And you could obviously add something to it. You could certainly add a color to it. If you had something that you wanted to add, you could add some green into this. I mean, there is a little bit of green in it too, in the flowers and such. You could certainly do that. You could also certainly add a little bit of red into it. That would also make it really pretty. You know, that kind of pop of color if you were looking for something like that. You could even add a blue into it if it was something you really, you know, were into. So the thing you want to be really careful is that you're not getting this underneath your, you know, down where your window is. I also kind of wanted to center this design in here because I think it's so pretty. And I might have made it go the other way, but I'm okay with that. And again, I'm going to put this one on this side. The great thing about this glue is you don't need a ton of it. So you don't need to go like all over the place. I just want to get it stuck on there pretty good, you know. I don't want it loose and coming up, but you don't need a ton of it. So it's not going to warp, that paper. If you put a ton of this glue on that vellum, it would end up warping it a little bit because this is a, I mean, I think you'd be You'd probably be better off using a maybe like a Fabri-Tac if you didn't really want it to warp, if you wanted to put a lot on there, because it's not a water-based. But I don't know about this Barely Art, if it is water-based or not, because it doesn't have on here. Because I will tell you, this does not freeze. It does, but it thaws if it's frozen. So it thaws. It doesn't get, if you've ever had art glitter glue and had it freeze, when it thaws out, it separates. This does not. So that's a good thing to know if you need to buy glue in the winter. A lot of places won't ship, they won't ship any art glitter glue in the winter because it freezes. Okay, so this is, they have these little circle kind of pocket kits in here too. And there are 2 extra of these big circles. So I cut them out and I put them aside because I think I'm going to use them, and I'll show you how. But it's all these big circles, and then some that have a line through them so you know to cut them, and then these smaller circles that go inside the little pocket. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I've already inked them all. So I'm just going to go around the edge in my totally non-straight, horrible fashion that I do. And I'm trying to decide, actually, I mean, it goes, maybe it goes that way. And I like the heart, but I don't really care about the heart so much in this. So I think I'm going to cut out, I'd rather have the flower. So I'm going to do that. And then this will fit in that little pocket. And then I have more of these. I ripped, some of these were kind of bigger pieces. The vellum flowers, they were kind of, some of them were kind of big. So I ripped some of them into smaller pieces. And then I'm just going to put this on here on this side of the pocket. And then I have this that I'm just going to glue half of it. So I'm going to kind of draw a line and just glue half of this on. So I kind of want part of it to stick out a little bit off the, and I'm going to hold it up so I can make sure I'm getting it straight, because that is totally what I would do, is not make it straight. And actually, I just realized I did this the wrong way. I wanted to glue this on. Oh my goodness. I wanted to glue this over the top of that label. Let me see if I can get this off now without totally destroying it. Just need to lift it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to glue this back on again. Get some glue back on there. This is what I get for not actually keeping notes for things that I should be keeping notes for. I'm sorry, I know I am off camera right now, but I'm trying to make sure this is straight and on there and not all wonky. And then I'm just going to put some glue back on that vellum and glue that vellum down. So yeah, I wanted the vellum to kind of go over the top of that. And then that way. So it was over that. So then you're going to pull this out, but it's going to tuck behind that little label there. Okay, and I printed all of these on a cream colored cardstock. So all of the backs are just blank. And so there's that one. We'll do this one. So I actually like these little circle pockets, and I'm going to kind of show you a couple different ways that they can be used. Because they're kind of interesting, you know, they're kind of a different look. And I think we're so used to having, trying to make sure I'm getting the writing going up, right side up. We're so used to having these, you know, square or rectangular pockets, right? I mean, that's usually what the majority of people make, are these square or rectangular pockets. So those are pretty easy to come by and make. Did I just glue that on upside down? I believe I did. I believe I did. So we might make this one go this way. We might put this label at the top. That's probably what we're gonna do. Okay, just because I'm not paying attention. So we, and I like that. I like that on there like that, over the top of that like that. Okay. So this one I'm going to pay a little more attention to. So this tag has words on it. This tag has words on it, but so I could make this go this way, which is a bottom one. And then this, and then we can put this on here and maybe tear the bottom off, or it can stick up over. And then this would tuck in behind it all. Maybe that's what I'll do. That I actually kind of like that. So, you know, if you don't care about the way that the words go, and sometimes I don't care about the way the words go. Like sometimes when I use book pages, I don't really care which way the words go. Lots of times I'm covering up that anyway. So I'm not that stuck on it. You know, in the grand scheme of things. Make sure I'm straight. Trying to make sure I'm straight. Okay, so this, we're not gluing the top part of this because it's going to be up above the pocket. So we're only gluing the bottom part of this. So I'm going to glue that onto there. So this top part of this will not be glued down. And then that will fit inside that little pocket there. Okay. And then this one also has words on it. So I think we'll do the same thing. This one, I think I did decide to do it this way because I didn't want to cover up one side. If you did it sideways, you'd cover up one, or you'd have to do it this way. But I think I like it this way. So I'm going to put that glue around as wobbly as we can, Dana. Let's try to get it as straight as possible. Oh my goodness. Wow. You would think that I have absolutely no sense of... And it's funny because I can actually cut a pretty straight line with a pair of scissors. This does not have writing on it, which is awesome. This does not have, but it does have, is it a plant? It looks like a plant kind of growing up from there. So I don't know if I want to put it on this way. Let's try a couple things. Put it on this way and then put this on here like that. Or if we want to do the same thing where we put it on this way and then have this kind of come up. Actually, I think I do kind of like this. But let's see. Maybe on this side because the flower kind of goes that way. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to do that. So, you know, they don't all have to be the same, obviously. If you're very into symmetrical, being symmetry, everything being the opposite one of the other, then, you know, maybe you don't want to do this. Maybe you want to do it like you did that one, and, you know, have them be the same or have them be somehow opposite of each other. I know sometimes I am that way and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I don't care. Okay. Oops. Glued on my thing there. Good way to go, Dana. Okay. All right, so that's these. So now with these, so there's a few things. Obviously they can be glued down on a page, right? So if I had a book page, which I don't even know if I have a book page here easily to grab, I might right here. So if I had a book page, I could just, you know, glue it anywhere on the page, right? Down in the corner, in the center, up in the top, wherever you want, right? You could also glue them on the edge, so they would kind of be almost like a tab of some kind, right? They'd stick out on the page. And then you could glue the other one on the other side. And if you only glued them part way, they could also be a tuck, which I think is kind of cool. And you could do that even down here. If you only glued it just along this edge down here at the bottom, you could use it as a tuck. So that's kind of a cool way to use that. The other way is you could make it a hidden paper clip. So if you had another piece of paper, and let's just say I'm going to use this for right now, just book page, you know, you put your paper clip in here. Let me see if I have one. I probably have one over here hidden. It's a purple one, but it'll work for all intensive purposes for this. So if you put your paper clip on your paper, and then you can trace your circle out to be that. And I would actually leave it like this and just trace my circle and then cut both pages at the same time. And then you're going to glue your circle on. Let me move this down a little bit. You're going to glue your circle onto here, and then you're going to glue your other circle on to the other side. Right? And we're going to cut that all out, and then that is going to be your hidden paper clip, and it would just clip on. So, you know, you would just clip it onto your page. So that would be kind of cool to make a hidden paper clip out of these. You can also, because there are 2 extra little circles in here, which you can totally use if you just wanted it to be blank on the back and have nothing, or, you know, maybe you want to decorate these up in a totally different way, make a little cluster or something out of them. You could still do the paper clip thing so you didn't have 2 pockets. You could also, with these extra blank ones, they would actually make the toppers. And I think this is what I'm going to do, because I have a couple places in here where there are big tags that are going to come out. So I'm going to actually make these into the toppers of those tags. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to end up sewing them on. So I'm waiting for those too, but I just wanted to give you a couple options. That's why they were in there. So those, and then I also just have these were in the kit. So I just wanted to show you what I did with them. So both of these stamps are in the kit, and this is the little washi tape stuff that is in the kit that I printed onto vellum and I just glued on the edges. So I just have these done. I just did these the other day off camera, but I did them just for journaling cards, but I wanted to show you how cool they look. And I love that. And this, I didn't glue this down all the way. And I think I used actually my tape runner to stick that down with rather than glue. Because the tape runner works really well with this. But I wanted to show you just how I did those just as little journaling cards. So, though that is what I have for you today. I hope that you got some great ideas. The same thing with these two, just really quickly with these. So these obviously can go on your page, right? And this is kind of a small page for that page. And you can, you know, have your pocket in here, and then you can have your pocket in the back. So you have your pocket here, and then you could have a pocket in the back as well. The same with the smaller ones. You know, we can have the smaller ones, and these little things are in the kit. They're like kind of like more maybe like bookmarks, but I think I'm going to cut them down and make them tags to go in here. I just haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but that can go in, and then you could have also a tag that goes behind, and you could do it down in the corner, and you could actually do it as a bigger one and have it as a tuck. So you would have a tag in here, and something else that tucks behind. So there are lots of options for these two. You could also do them as flip outs. They could go as flip outs if you wanted them to go as flip outs. I didn't ink these on the back. I don't know yet how I'm going to do them, so I'm not sure what I'm doing with them, but they could certainly be on flip outs. They can also be, if you're doing like we're doing a Lapbook and you have envelopes, and especially if you have this size envelope, just a little, they actually fit really nicely on those. So they could fit onto here, and then you could have this be a tuck spot here, and then this would be your flip. Your envelope flips out like that. And so you could have this top open with something else in there, or the side open and something in there. Or you leave this end and something goes in there. So lots of options. You know me, I love options. Like if this was on your page like this, it would be like this. So cute. I really like this a lot. I love all these little parts and pieces in here. So that's what I have for you today. So I will be back. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.